Now, one of my favourite dogs, Rolo, who I've been feeding for 2 years, has been hit by a car. It's a really serious injury. We've just picked him up, but this is a rescue from start to finish.
Rolo, are you okay, mister? Are you okay? I know it's tough, I know. I think this one. Oh, it's swollen, look at that.
Yes.
It's huge.
Now I'm here with Rolo and his operation is planned for tomorrow. I just want to show you how much pain he's in and how much discomfort. It's really bad. Obviously you saw the video where we found him, and he came in 2 days ago, and then what we've been trying to do recently, I just had to keep this text up because I would forget, but he basically, from the x-rays we can see that he's got a left femur broken and he's got his left hip luxated. So those are the technical terms, obviously. The treatment is to fix a plate in there, and then to fix, basically the whole thing's going to be stabilized with plates and stuff like that. But Rolo is in so much pain, it's insane. Like, he's normally the friendliest dog with me. He doesn't have any issue. I can touch him, I can do whatever, but he's in so much pain now. You can see that he's growling. I'm not touching his painful side. I'm just sort of touching his back, but he's snarling. He's really like in a lot of pain. Okay, mister, okay, it's okay. And the reason I'm not trying to force him to show it for the video, I'm trying to force him because we have here his medicines. Even to get the painkillers into him, to get we've got a thing called NexGard here, which is for fleas and ticks. But his operation is tomorrow morning. It's at 8:30, and what we're doing is just trying to keep him comfortable in here. He is, I think, in extreme agony. So painful that he's just trying to protect himself. Like, I can't even explain how. Okay, mister, okay. I can't even explain how much pain he must be in. It's actually on the underside, and it's actually started to swell back up. And people might ask, why do you not get him straight to the vets? Why do you not get him operated on straight away? Well, there's a few reasons. One is you need to check that his bloods are okay. So we had to do all those tests because it's a very big operation. So if his bloods were not perfect, then he could die during the operations. But we've tested his blood and it's healthy, so he can do his operation. The second factor is obviously cost. So it's crazy how much these operations cost. 65,000 baht is his price, which is $2,000, 2,000 euros, 1,500 pounds, around that mark. And we had a few options for him. Could have got it cheaper. It's that price because we're on an island. We could have got it cheaper in the big hospital, which is quite a long way away, but that would have involved Rolo going in the pet taxi for a 12-hour journey. Now, if you see that, like, me just touching his back gets that sort of reaction, it's not a good idea to put Rolo in a pet taxi. So we could have definitely saved. I think we could have got it for half price in the big hospital, and maybe slightly better. But we actually decided in this case we need to do it immediately because he's in so much pain. He has got painkillers. I've got half of them are in him already. He got painkillers injected at the vets as well. He's got anti-inflammatory. He's got all the medicines that he could possibly have. But tomorrow he's going to get his operation. To justify doing the operation, we're really lucky in this occasion. Well, we haven't got it yet, but there's a grant that we can get online via Marcy, who looks after our fundraising. She thinks she can get this paid for by a grant in America. So it's a big, costly operation. We're just going to leave that over beside it. It's okay, mister. There you go. There you go. I think you'll eat it in your own time, won't you? I've watched him. He's tried to turn over and find a few places, but we're not going to push him anymore. We're going to leave him rest here. It's raining outside, so at least he's in the best place possible, and tomorrow is not going to be fun. Unbelievable sitting here. It's one of the worst floods we've ever had. But it is the worst flood we've ever had. Now the storm has actually passed, and the most incredible thing actually happened during the storm is Rolo here, who's had a very, very tough weekend, started walking. He hasn't been able to walk since his operation, and now he took his first steps literally during the storm. He was trying to bite my face off yesterday. He was so angry with me because he was in so much pain. But the storm just came along, and I genuinely think that maybe Rolo thought he had to get out of here because the water was coming up to his kennel, and the storm was so loud that he started to panic and he started walking. So it's kind of like a miracle. I mean, he was obviously ready to start walking as well, but it's amazing that I just had his kennel open when the rain hit, and all of a sudden there he was, starting to walk. Given he's had 2 huge operations and there's pins and bones, or pins and plates and stuff in his legs, it's quite incredible. So really, really phenomenal sight. So I mean, can you imagine if he was out in that rain? Can you imagine if Rolo was out in the rain when in that storm with his broken legs untreated? So we're very, very happy about that. Oh, would you look at him? Would you look at him? What an amazing sight that is to see you, Rolo, back on top form.
พยายามแบบเดินแค่ว่าพาออกไปก็มีกรณีเดียวแหละเพราะว่าถ้าจะแผลติดเชื้อถ้าแผลมีน้ำออกมาแล้วนี่
Now, I didn't think we'd get to this day so quickly, but Rolo's back from the vets, and you can see from his wound on his leg that his stitches have come out and he's as healthy as can be. It's really, really unbelievable. He's a different dog to the angry boy that we saw about a week ago or earlier in the video. He wasn't angry, he was just in so much pain, but now he's happy. And oh, a big yawn, a big yawn. The only problem at the moment is he's so bored in his kennel. He has to rest in there for another at least 3 weeks. And that's just so as the bone can, the head of the femur, I'm going to say it is, I'm sure I've got that wrong, but I think it's the femur, has been cut off, and that needs to sort of go back into place, as well as his plates and everything. So you can see he's got full strength, he can walk on it and all that, but we can't allow him to walk. That's the problem. So what I have to do with Rolo is just keep him entertained, really, and just try and spend as much time with him. He's such a gentle boy. And now the question that everybody will ask is, what will happen to Rolo next? And the answer is, I think we're going to have to find him a home. Would you believe the people who have him from a puppy up in the place where we saved him? I see them every day. They haven't asked me once. He's been gone for 2 weeks. They haven't asked me once how he is. So I can't really consciously put him back on the streets there, even though that's his home, that's where he's always lived. So we're going to have to find you a home, Rolo, that's for sure, which is not going to be easy. But first, there's no rush on that, because first we have to rehabilitate him. I've actually found a home for Tommy there before, another dog, and Snickers is here, We can actually introduce him to Snickers later today because I didn't want to overstimulate him with the leg. But Rolo is better. You can see that he wants to go running and he wants to go exploring, but have to keep him here in safe hands. So a wonderful recovery, really. You did well, Mr. Rolo. A lot of stress and a lot of cost and a lot of pain, really, for him more than anything, since that person left him in a hit and run. But Rolo is fixed. In about another month he'll be running around as happy as can be, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. You can see from his teeth, Rolo's quite a young dog. He's only he's got one of the best smiles, lovely white smile. So yes, Rolo is safe, he's well and he's fixed. Happy ending to the video. If you liked what you saw, if you want us to help more dogs, look at the size of that wound. You can subscribe. A subscribe is massively, massively appreciated. It helps us so much. Well done, Rolo.